And in reflection, it was really the only scoring opportunity that came through. As we get set for the last quarterfinal heat to see who will take on Yago in that second semi.
It looks like, well, Sammy maybe just taking this one as a repositioning manoeuvre.
Yeah, maybe. There's something standing up on the outside too, but Sammy's not worried about that. He's going to try and turn this into a score. This wave flattening out a little bit. Just shifts his focus for a moment before re-engaging the rail and going to work on the inside here. Not a lot of points in that wave. He knows it.
So just looking at the tussle on the replay here. So Gabriel looking interested. And Sammy going, yep, I'll have it. Let's see if I can stretch this one down the line, possibly milk a score out of it. And just building for speed. Beautiful first turn, actually. And then just a couple little rail turns, transitioning, trying to build that speed. At this point, waiting for the wave to stand up. And it was right about now that he just went, no, this is not a score. I'm out of here. I'm just going to...
Oh, and why wouldn't he? It's a tall-looking wall. Medina is down the line, though, with the priority. Will he come into play at some point here? Doesn't look like he will, so a couple of nice slices for Sammy already. Bounces off the foam here. This could be a pretty reasonable score. If he can get a big finish down the line, we'll often go to the rotation, but this time just sticks it with a floating re-entry.
Let's have a look at the replay here. So almost a little fade just to get him right in that power pocket. Beautiful opening slash. And then a nice roundhouse cut back, gets the rebound off the foam. And again, nice extended carve. And he gets to work on the inside. Bit of a drift in that fourth snap. And then at this point, he's going, okay, let's just lock and load this and get a decent score on the board.
Yeah, just identifying that it is a little slow out there. He didn't want to risk it all on that final move. Clean rail work in the opening stages. And good indications from Sammy. When he gets a steep wall, that's when he truly shows his flair, Rich, and just how quick he can rip through those calves. But on this occasion, it was a flatter face. Hammer his own score out in the opening stages here. But Sammy's not going to waste any time. Gets back out there, pushing. His board to the point of release. Loses the back foot, though.
Will he get there?
They can run away from you a little bit, but Medina's in position. And he fades the takeoff, wanting to set up a solid first turn. It's a clean carve off the top. Plenty of spray in that offshore breeze. He belts the second section. And again, hammers the lip. He's on his way to a big number here. Medina, patient with the priority. Fought for it in the opening stages. And now he's looking to finish this one off on the inside. It's been a strong ride already. And it's going to be a classy finish right through to this last vertical stab at the lip. He's blowing his own mind there. And that is the ultimate start for a man chasing his first Bells title. I mean, you can't make mistakes on these quality set waves, and Medina was note perfect there, Rich. Great timing, and this second blast was the one.
Oh, have a look at this thing. Just connects perfectly with a little bit of drift. And then down the line, connects with that second and third section. The wave just sits down just for a moment here, and Gabriel just does some beautiful rail work until the wave goes again. Patiently waiting, picks his moment, and then again attacks that lip and destroys it multiple times through the inside and gets really vertical on the final hit. So really just amazing surfing here from Gabriel Medina. I love just how he stays right in that pocket power part of the wave, drives around the section, comes up behind it, and that allows him to just come up into those sections with so much speed and power. And again, it feels like he's thudding the lip and just destroying it.
Yeah, he's so progressive. Obviously one of the most innovative surfers we've ever had on the CT, but you know, this is where the real improvements have come for Medina. No double pump bottom turns on this ride. Really patient with the way he sized up these sections. He read it beautifully through the inside. And just where the wave is kind of laying down and there's not much in it, he has that ability to tweak that board vertical as we see some of these high impact, high quality turns on the outside.
How was the fin drift on that manoeuvre? And then this one here, again, just connects with the lip. The IC scoreboard, and it is an absolute ripper. 9 points to open the heat for Gabriel Medina. And wow, this is all the judges right up there in the excellent range.
It was a 9-point wave as well. And Medina, I don't think he forced it, Rich. He's setting the pace in this heat, so he wasn't chasing a score. So he just surfed it just on edge enough to get himself to that excellent number without risking throwing the ride or losing his footing at any point.
It's almost a false sense of security at the moment.
And Medina going looking for a backup, just knowing he's in that powerful position. No need to pass up any of these kind of waves. Just add the extras and really put the heat on S.Pupo. Nice sequence of turns to start. The speed is there as this wave reels off. He stays out in front. There's a little bit of that progression. Whips the reverse. And that is going to be just a nice little garnish on the 9-point ride.
Grow significantly. Again, that little fading takeoff just to put him in the right moment there. Great extension off that first turn, and that's given him the speed to do these multiple maneuvers down the line. Just so fast and whippy. He actually turned up the tempo on this smaller wave just to give it a bit more emphasis.
And he is having a look at a set wave here on the outside. Needs to rip into this one to stay in it. Draws off the bottom. Looks like there is a little bit of a fresh breeze on the surface of the water at the moment. And it's no issue for S.Pupo, who throws a really cool air to reverse there. Kind of rode fakey for a moment. Great control. Showing that he's really switched on and up for this moment. But the benchmark is that 9-point ride. The sequence of a number of powerful big turns.
With Medina, it's a smaller wave in comparison, but geez, he did some good work on it, building for speed now, and we know that he takes to the air, kind of a really funky air reverse, rode backwards for a moment there, and just incredible to be able to control that. Gets back on the open face. Now he sets himself again to get to work on this open face wave. Beautiful wraps through the inside. And this is what Sammy does. He stays light and lively. And really a very well surfed wave. Gosh, these waves look fun, don't they? Here we go. Gabriel down the line.
Yeah, just pokes the board into that pocket section. Sunk the nose for a moment, but he's going to make up for it on the second move, setting the fins free and really surfing with a lot of spark on those next couple of backhand hits. See where his head goes when he picks off one of these medium waves. He just says, you know what? I'm actually just going to belt these sections as hard as I possibly can. Just sort of not afraid to risk it when he gets these smaller waves.
Clubbed it a couple of times through the inside. Here we go. S.Pupo unstuck on that opening manoeuvre, so goes down. And here we go.
Yeah, solid set wave, maybe the biggest one Sammy's been on in this heat so far. He's got a lot of speed, chasing down the open face. This one stretching out. Well, let's see if he can get there. Here he comes, off the bottom, into the first section. Great hit there. Rips through a big rail carve and climbs up for a finishing turn, and it's dynamite. Big back-footed jam.
At the end of that ride, let's go through the replay first. So late takeoff, and he identifies that this wave, it's all happening down the line. So he basically gets through to the lowest takeoff section. Okay, now the wave slows up and just connects with that first snap to beautiful wrap. And then that final layback hack was executed perfectly, precision timing.
On the closeout, behind him, Medina. Well, he was pulling something off down the line there. But let's see it. He's going to get the ride. A magic fight back from Pupo, but Medina too strong in this instance, and he works the crowd with a rotation to finish. Gabriel Medina on the bottom side of the draw, a chance that they could be clashing in the final the way they're surfing. But man, what a way to finish the quarters. The highest heat score total of the event so far from Gabriel Medina.
Yeah, it was a crazy end to that last heat. Good waves, great opportunity, but you got the job done, even through an exceptional air right at the end too. But Sammy is your good mate. Obviously, you don't want to come up against your good friends, but you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy with the win. Sammy is one of the best here at Winky. I knew that was going to be a hard one. In the end, he got a really good wave. I knew he was getting an 8 or higher than that. And Sammy. And luckily, I fell on my last one, the one before my last one, and I stayed right there. Maybe he could have another try in the last set, and yeah, I could actually I got the last wave. So in the end, I'm pretty happy how it ended. Went on my way. I'm happy with my surfing. The board is really good, and the waves finally show up. You know, it's kind of slow, but when it comes, it's super fun, super clean wall, and you can just do whatever you want. And yeah, let's see how we go now. I don't know if you're gonna surf here in Winky or Bells, but I'm excited for the next heat.
You locked in the highest wave score of the event so far. Take me through, you know, that 9-point ride and also getting a 9 after such a long time off.
Yeah, I was wishing for God to have another 8 or 9. I always say these numbers because I like these numbers. And yeah, the 9 show up. So I'm pretty happy about it. And the wave was just so good. Yeah, like that was my best wave in the contest. Wave-wise, you know, it was just like a road, just drive, man. And yeah, that was really fun. I'm happy. And yeah, now Iago, it will be a really fun one.
Yeah, obviously you would have tuned into last year pretty closely. Iago, he had an incredible run, took home the world title, and that's something, you know, you dream about, always winning another world title. Now you kind of get to size yourself up against him as a world champion. What do you think that battle is going to kind of include?
Yeah, I mean, he's one of my favorite goofies, you know. I'm a big fan of his surfing, and I know it's going to be a great hit, you know. He's been the ribbon. Last year I watched it. He was way too far in front from the others, you know. I'm just a big fan, and yeah, let's see. It will be fun. Hopefully we get waves, you know, so we can put a great show for you guys.
We're certainly excited for that battle. Obviously there's a lot of fans back at home in Brazil for you, so feel free to say something.
Obrigado a todos que estão assistindo. Hoje não é tão madrugada, então vocês estão mais tranquilos. Feliz semifinal. Agora é com o Iago. E é isso, pô, a bateria foi com o Samuca, meu irmãozinho, pô, cresci com ele. Sou um grande fã dele também, ele surfa muito. Esse tipo de onda, pra mim, ele é um dos melhores. E essa vitória pra mim significa bastante. Então, é isso. Agora focar no meu trabalho e pro próximo round. Obrigado.
Let's go, Gabby. Thanks, guys.